Hello, and welcome back to the Gazette's Her Women of Achievement Honoree Spotlights. I'm your host, Katie Giorgio, and today with me, I have her honoree, Anna Clymer. She is the Cultural Equity Statewide Coordinator for Iowa State University, among many other community involvements. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Anna.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the work that you do, the role that I mentioned, and some other involvements that you have.
Sure. Professionally, I've been with Iowa State University. It will be 4 years here this coming December. And locally here in my community, I've been engaged in social services as well as advocacy with the Marion Alliance for Racial Equity for since 2020. So being able to engage a little bit more locally has been an opportunity to expand what I do professionally here in the community. So it's great.
So talk a little bit about that passion. You clearly work with a lot of groups, a lot of work towards equity and inclusiveness. So talk about kind of what drives that passion for you and keeps you doing that work, both professionally and in volunteer roles and locally and statewide.
Absolutely. So for me, it really is in my mind built into who I am. I am a immigrant or refugee or an adoptee, however people want to define myself, from El Salvador. So I've been welcomed in this state of Iowa for the most part and have grown up here for almost 40 years now. So in my mind, the work is really kind of the thread of why I believe I'm here and how I can serve communities, not just professionally, but certainly personally. A lot of the equity work really connects with the injustices and inequities we see for people of color, for immigrant communities, for LGBTQ, all of the intersecting communities that really see injustices in multiple systems, not just within child welfare, certainly within law enforcement, certainly within representation on local communities, committees, and workforce. So a lot of that work really intersects not just with the things that I've cared about as a social worker, but certainly as a community member, as a mother, as a neighbor, as a person who serves on various committees throughout the Cedar Rapids and Lynn County community.
And as a human, right? That's such an awesome message. Talk a little bit about what you've learned throughout your career that would be advice that you'd offer, especially to other women, whether they're looking to make an impact in their profession or in a volunteer role, small ways, big ways. What's something that you've learned that you would share?
I think for me, it's professionally, it's sometimes easy to kind of slip in and say, oh yeah, I care about this topic. I'm going to really advocate for this. Personally, I think it's really making the commitment to say, this is worthy of additional time, not just for my own self-education, but certainly education of community members, of my children, families that I serve, and also families that I'm a part of. So being able to take that additional step to say, if this is something I believe is unjust or inequitable, what am I willing to do to put literally skin in the game? What am I willing to speak up about, even when it's uncomfortable for me or it's uncomfortable to the people I'm speaking to? What is it that you're willing to step into and learn more about? Because I certainly, especially for myself, I'm not an expert on many of the things I care about, but I'm a willing learner. I'm willing to amplify the voices of those that are impacted. And I think taking the cues from those community members that you care about and that you listen to and that you move in the direction that they wish more equity was occurring for themselves personally, professionally. I think that those are critical components. Put yourself out there, think about what you care about and invest, whether it's time, whether it's skills, whether it's money, however it can look for you. I think women need to step up, certainly as the caregivers within community, and being able to support efforts that you are connected to and or want to learn more about in order to make the community better, not just for yourself, obviously, personally and professionally, but for your family and neighbors as well.
That's Very wonderful advice. Thank you so much for that, Anna. And thank you for being here, to all of our viewers, also for tuning in and helping us celebrate our 2022 Her Women of Achievement honorees. To see all of our honoree interviews, you can go to www.her.today. Thank you.